Hello everyone. You guys can see my screen, right? Let me check on chat. So
Yes,
that.
yes.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Uh, Let me introduce myself first. So I am presently lead a consultant for the Management Career Institute, and I am co partner with the Wadu, which is backed by Geo. And I've worked on the product recommendation and the chatbot, my experience. So this workshop will be mainly focused on product recommendations, but as we done the polling on the WhatsApp or the any other chats, I get to know that the most of the people here or the coming people will all are the beginners for the machine learning. So what I thought is that I will go one by one. I will start with the what exactly the machine learning and what exactly we are going to build, what is the feature engineering, what is the features you have to get, how exactly you are going to build a recommendation engines, right? But today we will going to start with the theory part of the recommendation engine, and we are going to do some case studies on the machine learning perspective, like let's say linear regression or running on the Jupyter notebook, right? Let me start with the product recommendations. We will start with the product recommendation, simply theory part, and we will cover all the machine learning parts with the hands-on experience, right? Okay. Let me start with the product recommendation. So give me a second. Yeah. So I'm not gonna present whole window because I'm not gonna see the chat. If do you feel if it should be the full screen, just let me know, right? So what do you think? What do you people think about the recommendation engine? So let me simply take one chat. Wait, meeting for yeah. So what do you people think about the recommendation engine? Once we go to the recommendation, the agenda of this workshop will going to be what is the recommendation engine, type of recommendation systems, and the techniques and case studies. And the answer side, we are going to cover all the linear regression or the all the machine learning, all the feature extraction from the data. Okay, let's start with the recommendation. What do you think? What exactly the recommendation engine system? So if we look at the recommendation engine side, so simply recommendation system is an information filter technique which provides the user with information which he or may be interested in. So let's take a simple example of Amazon or the Netflix or the LinkedIn. You guys all are visited this site at least once. I feel that you guys at least visited once all these sites. Whenever you go to the Netflix or the whenever you go to the Amazon, you always find that there is all the product which is recommended for you. Let's say you are buying some let's say you're buying some PC or the laptop. It's automatically recommended to you with all the keyboard or the mouse. If you're going to buy something on the Amazon, let's say you are buying some watch or anything, it will automatically recommend you something which is almost related to watch or this kind of things, right guys? Let me check where is I can see the chat so that yeah. So just communicate. Yeah, as Satyam said, suggestion or the recommendation according to our previous preferences, choices, and the activity. Right, Satyam. That is exactly what we are going to build. What we are that is exactly the definition for the recommendation engines, and we are gonna build how exactly this is going to be built. Maybe you have done some, matlab, on a day-to-day basis. Amazon have some. Thousands of transactions. So how exactly they are filtering that data and how exactly they are using the data to make a product recommendation engine, right? Yeah. we will see how exactly this recommendation engine is going to work and how exactly we are going to see. So let's see simple example of let's see what are the types of recommendation engines we are going to cover. So there are two things whenever we are coming into the recommendation system. There are two kind of a person whenever someone visiting to the e-commerce or whenever visiting to the any site of the in the field. Let's say one person is a registered user, another person is a non-registered user, right? If the person is registered user, you already know everything about that person. Let's say if someone bought some detail, something, we already know all the information. We have pre-information to everything. But the personal recommendation will come into the picture when if someone sees some particular site. Let's say I have some my own site. I want to know that what are the which person visited my site at what time, right? If someone person visited some site, I always have some data with me, or the cookies or any kind of a form. I have always have my register user data, or but this is not exactly what we are going to do. So personal will come with when the registered user come into the picture. Let's simply study, let's simply understand this thing. So John visits an online store to buy a accessory for his BlackBerry and conducts an online product research. Since John is registered customer, the recommendation is just draw up information of his previous purchases, a BlackBerry phone bought few months ago, as soon as his login and queries for the accesses. So what exactly it's saying that whenever the John visits our site, it will automatically know his previous purchases, right? But if we have that data, how we will make that personalized when we are gonna use with all the different customers? If when we gonna use the different customers, that is the picture when we come into the when we use the machine learning models and machine learning algorithms to make useful of most of this purchase data, at least in e-commerce side, right guys? You're getting right. If you have any doubts on the personal recommendation or the any kind person, just type on the chat. Matlab it's if you're on the unmute yourself, it will be very problem. Just type on if you have any questions on the personal recommendation side. So it's simply what exactly we are saying is that if the one person is, yeah, Vijay, what exactly we are saying here is if some person, if we want to if we want to make some recommendation system, there are two types of customer for every website or the anything come into the picture. So if we already have the register user data or the register user purchase data, we can make simple recommendation out of this, right? That's what exactly we are saying the personal recommendation. Is it clear? Then we come into the part of where the most focus will be going on the non-personal recommendation, because when we come into the non-personal recommendation, we don't know anything about the user or we don't know anything about any user. That where the problem creates, because if someone we already know something about, then we can say that this person is bought this item, so I am going to recommend this item. But when new customer into the picture, we can't draw any line here, we can't draw any uh, we can't draw anything over here, right? If the new customer come into the picture, we don't know about that new user, right? So the new customer, what exactly we are saying is that we don't know about the new customer, right? But we know something about the product, right? When one product is bought to with another product, we know something about the product bought with other product, right? Do you guys getting? If we don't know about the customer, we know something about the product, right? If this product is bought with this product, we can make recommendation out of between these two or any n number of products, let's say. That's come into the picture when we talk about the non-personal recommendation. So if you simply differentiate between the personal and non-personal recommendation, the difference is simple. The simple is, one is the registered user, another is a non-registered user. When registered user come into the picture, we all having the customer data, and we are having the purchase data, and out of this we will make a one recommendation system. Same way, if non-registered come into the picture, we know that which product or the which kind of a movie. Let's say simple, take example of the Netflix. Do you guys all? I feel that you everybody watches the Netflix or the YouTube or any Prime Video, anything. When somebody watches some video, it automatically knows that which is watched, with respect to this video, which is watched. Let's say you watch something about the any new video on COVID related issues, right? It will automatically suggest you most of the next recommendation will come into the picture with the COVID related, because you showing interest on that. So that's where come into the picture of the non-registered user or the non-personal registered. There is another recommendation engine which is hybrid one. So the hybrid one is where we are going to talk about personalized on the non-personalized. We will use both of this data and make a one model and use that model to make a product recommendation, right? So this is exactly what is the difference between the personalized, non-personal and hybrid model. So if you look at the personalized applications, the applications like sequential recommendations or the time-based recommendations, or the you can say simply the what exactly we can say is that session-based, right? Session-based simply at the which session you are accessing which kind of an item. Yeah, Gaurav asking what happens in the first instance when there is no data regarding user or his device. If we don't have the information about the user or anything, let's say let's say Netflix have something about some movie, right? If they having the movie details with respect to all the movies, they can compare that which movie is watched with the which movie, right? That we can draw line, right, Gaurav? If we are having one movie watched with the another movie, we can simply draw the line between which movie is watched with the which movie. Yeah, that is the government. Yeah. So simply, if we don't have the data, we will use our data and we will make a recommendations out of it, right? So let me tell you what exactly the techniques we are going to use, what exactly the features we are going to take out of this, and how exactly we are going to build, right? But the point of this workshop is to make from the beginning level of the personal recommendation or the machine learning perspective. So we are going to see how exactly we are going to fetch all the details. So when we are going to say all the techniques, we are simply saying that explicit data, implicit data, product information. If we consider this is some kind of a, like we are building something for Amazon, or we are building something for Flipkart, something like that. But there are three things, but in every field it will be same. If we are saying something about let's say on Netflix recommendations, we can say that there are two things. We already know something about explicit data, which is which customer is logged in, which customer saw which details, and we all know something about the implicit data, which is what exactly at which time which user is what is he seeing. But let's simply understand in simply we can understand one thing about techniques or the acquisition. What we can say, just imagine if we are having Amazon, and Amazon say that let's build some recommendation engines over using the customer information or the product information. So we can differentiate what is the data we are having. Let's say one is explicit data. which is customer data, customer rating, feedback, or demographic, which can be, we have to pick, right? Implicit data is purchase data. Purchase data is what item he purchased, or the which time, at the what time of the time he bought. You know, guys, there is one interesting I want to share here about the Amazon. Amazon is also making recommendations out of at which day. Let's say on a week of the day. Let's say you bought something on Monday, or you bought something on Saturday or Sunday, or you bought a morning or the evening. Depending on this situation, it's going to recommend the products with you. If you see, if you let's simply take this as an exercise, and sometime just saw on the Amazon, if you see at the morning time and at the evening time of your Amazon, it, the product will be so much different. So much different in the sense, matlab, you can easily say that how exactly this product are jumbling. That simply because it's using the three things. First of all, one is the user data or the customer data. Second thing is the product data, or the third thing is the what is the purchase history you are having, right? These are the simple three things. Let's say your mother bought something and your sister bought something, and they automatically know that what exactly the relation between these two and what is the product you bought, and they automatically make the connection between, and they will make a recommendation out of it. And we are going to build that exactly in this, but at the end of the workshop means, or the end of the Saturday or the Friday times, but we are gonna till the time we are gonna fetch what exactly the feature we are gonna do, how exactly feature engineering we are gonna do, right? So let move forward. So what are the approaches we are gonna use? We are gonna use five kind of approaches. One is item hierarchy, which says you bought something, you also needed to link. Suppose you bought something and you needed something, right? Another is attribute based, you, which is you like action movie starring client, matlab, you, it says that that is kind of a personal recommendation engine, which is you matlab, you watch it, you like watching this movie, so that I would say that this movie and the another movie is almost similar, maybe you will like this movie also. And we occurred this so many times on the Netflix or the Prime itself, whenever we are watching movies or whenever we are watching on the YouTube, it's all over there what exactly the recommendation system is. It simply do what exactly it will do is that it will see that what exactly similarities between these two, and we are going to make one similarity matrix which will say that which user gonna like which video, right guys? Do you have any doubts here what exactly the techniques we are going to use, what exactly the features we are going to take out of from the data, and we are going to learn from that? That the other thing is collaborative filtering, which says that which is simply people like you who bought beer also bought some other snacks. Simply, let's say if I bought some beer, I like some other snacks for my munching. Or simple way में simple we can say that if you like some, let's say if you like some Apple, if you buy some Apple laptop, you will always want to buy some Apple mouse also, which is almost related. You can simply imagine this kind of things, right? Another thing is social interest with the graphical base. Depending on the which place you are there, it will gonna show that what are the likes you want to make. Let's say in India, what exactly Indian people like and what exactly the American people like, and we can simply differentiate between the which state is like which kind of items more. Yeah, that is the simple thing where we can make a recommendation out of is also. So model based approaches, where model based approaches is simply we will make one whole kind of a matrix out of the whole data, and we will simply make user matrix or the product matrix which will tell us that which kind of a product is related to which kind of a product. Let's say you are having 100 products in your hand. Someone having some doubts? Do you guys have any doubts, sir? In the previous slide, I don't understand the product based one.
Sir, please enlarge the slide, sir. We are unable to see you.
Sure. Let me give you. Now it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it's fine.
Yes, sir, fine.
Yeah, there is some question from the Mukul. Mukul, sir, please, in the previous I don't understand the product based one. So simply product based one is the what exactly we are saying, that if we don't have any information regarding the customer or the customer purchase related, what exactly we can have the information over is that we will have the information regarding the product, right? Let's say one product is bought with another product with this much time. Let's say computer is bought with keyboard, let's say 100 times, and computer is bought with the speakers with the 90 times. So which exactly we are gonna simply recommend? We are gonna simply recommend keyboard, right? So that what exactly we are talking about, the product if the user is not registered on the site or the anywhere else. If we don't have any information on the product, the customer side, right, guys?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is exactly what exactly .NET we are going to use, and this is the recommendation approaches which we are going to study deeply in the over the workshop. We are going to cover all this on the hands-on. What exactly the item hierarchy look like, what is the attribute based look like, and what exactly the collaborating filter look like, what exactly the item similarities look like, and what exactly the geography based look like, and what exactly the model we are going to use, and what the machine techniques we are going to use, right? Guys, I would suggest and I would ask, please mute yourself so that please mute yourself, because other students are also getting this. Hello, guys, please mute yourself.
Sir, please ask Shireen Sayyed to unmute her mic. She is.
Shirim Shayyad, please can you mute yourself? Yeah. The next in the at the end of the workshop or the end of the like matlab on Friday or Saturday or the before doing all these approaches, all the approaches we are gonna see, we are gonna cover this Amazon case study, what exactly Amazon is doing for all the customers. Let's say we all know that the customer matlab the Amazon base, right? Amazon base is almost 15. Yeah. Amazon base is like, we all know that Amazon have 15 crore customers on several, 15 crore customers is, it's too much. Guys, I'm audible now.
Yeah, audible now, sir.
Sorry, I just mute myself. So what exactly I'm saying is that at the end of the workshop, means on the Saturday and the Friday and Saturday, we are gonna take Amazon case study, and we are gonna study in deep how exactly Amazon making product recommendation and how exactly it is managing their data. Please, guys, someone is scratching all over the screen. Please don't do that. Yeah, we are gonna study all this. Let's simply assume that 15 codes of customers are there and the 15 codes of catalog is there. If we're gonna make one product matrix out of this customer and the product matrix to see which customer is interested in which one, we are gonna make it's kind of a 15 crore cross 15 codes matrix. There is no computer that can accommodate it, at least now present. So we are going to see how exactly they are managing their features and getting that features out of these customers and the product information, and how exactly they are processing that much information, and how exactly they are managing this kind of a product recommendation engines. And I will tell you one thing, guys. Amazon is making their revenue 35 percentage once they introduce the product recommendation into the picture. And Netflix is also having another same kind of recommendations. The first company did on the recommendation is the Netflix. Then what exactly they did is that they generated all of the recommendation in for the all the movies and all the customer related. So that exactly what exactly we are going to see is that how exactly this much data is accommodated in product recommendation engine, and how exactly can you how I Hitul, I don't know how exactly to stop this, but I will see that. Okay. So how we can see how exactly this much of information can be accommodated, right? And we are gonna study those, but we in this is just simply the theory part, or the example part. If you come in, if we done the hands, if we do the hands on the later of the workshop, you will be amazed to see that how exactly this information will be accommodated on the Amazon site. Right, guys? So what exactly the solution, this is not important for you because we are going to see hands-on with all the coding and all the examples with a simple data set taken with us, and we will going to cover how exactly the data will be performed over there, right? And we are going to use so many techniques or the so much approach or different approaches, and we are going to cover all this over the case study. But let me, before going to everything, or before going to all the case study, all the Amazon workshop, depending on the poll we are conducted, we got to know that there are so many beginners coming to this workshop. So I thought that it was better to make coding from the scratch, from the machine learning, so that everybody on the same level, once we are on the same level, we can go deeper into the product recommendation or everything. So from today we are gonna see how exactly where we are gonna do the coding, and what exactly we are gonna see on the machine learning, and which kind of a data set will be used, which are the features we have to take. And we will cover this with a simple linear regression algorithm over the machine learning, and we will see that right. So let's say let cover this is enough of the talking of the theory. We can talk about the, let's do some machine learning models, right? Let's start with some coding. Let's start with the coding. And okay, guys, I will share my I will end this one, and we will Let me share this with you so that you all guys can go through. You guys got this? Okay, to everyone. Guys, can you respond in the chat that you all got the collab in the chat? This is the where we are gonna. Yeah, you all got this link, right? So this is the where we are gonna see all our coding. I will take this from the beginning level. So what exactly we are gonna doing is that we are cover all our coding exercise on Google Colab. So which is very useful thing by the Google. This you can't. I don't know how exactly Google managing all this. So what exactly they are doing is that they are allocating almost 13 GB for every person who is registered to this Google Colab with the disk of almost 110 GB with almost 130 GB. So if we are going to run any machine learning model or anything, because normally how exactly our laptop will work, our laptop will normally have 8 GB RAM, or the maximum people can have 16 GB RAM, but most of the people have 8 GB RAM, right? So Google is providing 12 GB with nothing is attached to this, right? So it is providing almost 13 GB for us, and you can automatically see how exactly it will gonna work. You can automatically change everything. There are tools for us, and there are almost everything you can do. If you want to install something on the Google Colab, you simply do pip install pandas. So it will automatically install pandas for you. Yeah. Link of the code. Hi Abhishek, I will share that code's outline, but let's start with the coding exercise so people all know. People will start from here. So at the end of the day, end of the session, we will share all the links. So what exactly we are gonna do here is that I will cover simple what exactly the problem statement, and for every workshop you are gonna get this kind of a Google Colab notebook, and you can practice this or you can go through this, and you will learn so much from this Google Colab rather than going all the coding part. All the theory part. I would suggest to go to the Google Colab, which is very useful thing. So let's start with the problem statement. And before that, I want to give another GitHub link also, which is where you will find data for all this. So let me give you. So this is the data folder. You can try all this data, and you can simply come here and insert the particular link. Simply, if you want to do, let me run this file. Let me run this. So if you want to run any command, so you just simply have to run the command and it will automatically do. So whenever you want to read some data or you want to read some information, so we are having all the data under this folder, which contains all the information of the data. And if you want to know something about the machine learning, or you want to learn something, there are some algorithms you can go through this, but this is up to you. But the point is, I want to make here, this is the data we are using. You can use here. you can take it from here. I will share the GitHub link. I will share the GitHub link at the end of the session. Yeah. So let me share this also. So this is a GitHub link where we are taking all the data, and this data simply, if you can see here, I simply took it from the GitHub link with the simple data, and if you simply run this file, so it will automatically read all the data for you, right? So let me start with the starting. So first we are going to see what exactly the problem statement for us, right? The problem statement is like, uh, problem statement says that there are some company which having three information for them. One is TV, radio, newspaper, right? Depending on the TV, newspaper and radio, they want to put their investment on one of these so that they can get more number of sales, right? So it says that sales for the particular product as a function for advertising budget, TV, radio and newspaper media. Suppose that in our role as a data scientist, we are asked to suggest three things. What is, we want to find the functions that given a input budget for TV, radio, newspaper, predict the output sales. Another thing is which media contribute to sales. So what exactly I'm talking about this, which media contribute to sales. So we are invested in these three, TV, radio, newspaper. Depending on the sales, which one is contributing more to our sales. The third thing we are doing on the problem statement is visualize the relation between the feature and the response using the scatter plots. Guys, I'm saying from here, the relation or the making the features or the studying data is the most important thing is the in the data science part. Because if we know all the algorithms also, we have to know what exactly data is telling to us. Then only we can see the difference, right? Then only we can say that I have to use this particular kind of a information, or you have to use this kind of a information, or I have to take this particular information so that I will get better results in the future, right? So data loading on the description part is that in advertising data structure captures sales revenue generated with respect to advertisement spends across multiple channels like radio, TV and newspaper, right? So it says that TV spends on TV advertisement, radio spends on radio advertisement, and newspaper spends on newspaper advertisements. So sales is revenue generated from all these values. Yeah. I think I need help. Kunal, do you know how we can remove all these sketches from the screen? Disable participant annotation. Check and hide, show names of annotation. Yeah, I think it will work for us. Sorry guys, I think there are some info stop, chat, allow participant, hide, floating control, optimize, share full screen. Remove annotations option. Yeah, KK, can you suggest me here how exactly I can remove existing lines from here? Who is writing on my presentation? Help. Yeah, someone given some link. Remove those drawings. Sure, I will use this link and I will check. We can solve this together. Because I don't know this exactly how this gonna work. To remove inventory structure, access the shade, screen, anode, menu. Okay. Yeah, guys, I think it's now clear. Thank you, KK. Thank you, KK. Thank you, Satyam, for that. Yeah, I will scroll down and you can. Yeah, yeah. Let.
सर इन दिस ब्लॉग ओनली थोड़ा सा नीचे डाउन पे जाके वो अनएक्सेस एक्सेस हम हटा सकते हैं, ये
Yeah.
ऑप्शन दिया है
Yes.
सर।
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I've disabled that. I disabled that one. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Satyam. Thank you.
ओके
So,
सर, नो प्रॉब्लम।
yeah. What exactly we are talking is as a perspective of beginner. So pandas is the main thing where we are gonna do all the things.
Naveen,
Yeah.
Naveen, sorry to disturb you. Just give me a moment. Friends, I'm sorry, Kunal again this side. Friends, I have a humble request. I mean, we all guys are very matured, and this is what disturbing the flow of the workshop. We have exclusively designed an amazing content for you, and if you guys are not going to support us, we would not be able to run it as smooth as possible. Probably, if things are not working out, we'll be discard the whole workshop. So it's again a humble request to everyone that please do not scratch or create kind of problems in between the session. Thank you so much. Please, Naveen, continue. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kunal. Thank you. So what exactly we are saying is that, so do you guys all know that pandas, right? Pandas is simply, you can imagine that this is simply the Excel sheet. So whatever the Excel sheet pe hai, we just want to read everything from that, and we can simply take all the values and we will do some calculation or the some mathematics over it. So if whenever you are, if you are simply talking about the pandas, it is simply reading all the Excel sheet info. Simply your data is in Excel format and you are simply reading everything from the pandas, right? So that is the simply what exactly the pandas is we are importing here. And the import Seaborn is the tool where it will can be visualized. So for the visualization, let's say if you want to make some relation between two features, let's assume that you are making there is TV and the sales, right? So if you want to make some relation between TV and the sales, you have to do some visualization, right? Let's suppose how exactly TV is doing, how exactly sales is doing, how compared to TV, how exactly newspaper is doing, right? Uh, yeah, so that exactly where we are using Seaborn. So matplot is simply the we can say that matplot is the base one and Seaborn is built over the matplot, right? So to take simple graphs and everything, that's where we are exactly we are going to use matplot. So numpy is simply the all for the simple mathematics expressions. So what exactly, how exactly mathematical expression is used, right? So sklearn is, we are going to talk more about the sklearn and we are going to see how exactly we are going to see what exactly the codes are talking here, right? So do you guys all understand the problem statement, right? The problem statement says that we are having one company which is having three kind of a mediums. One is TV, radio, newspaper, and we want to predict or we want to say that which kind of a medium is contributed more to our sales, right? So this is the real life scenarios where we are going to see. And if you come into the data science field or the data science or the AI field, this is exactly you are going to study from the all the data. The modeling part is different, but when we come into the EDA or the pre-process, this is exactly what we are going to do. We are going to deal with what exactly the data is talking. Please guys, can you please mute your, yeah. That exactly what we are going to do. If you have any doubts over the problem statement or the over the data loading, please you can raise some question on the chat. If you have any questions on the problem statement or anything, Please raise a question on over the chat. I will happy to answer all your questions, right? So next thing is importing the data, and we are giving all this information to you guys, and I think you are already having the data. So you simply take all the data. So what exactly we are simply doing is that this is the one data type I want to read. So what exactly we are doing, pandas.read CSV. CSV is the one file format. From here, simply you can use CSV or the Excel or the any kind of a format you can use, and you will simply pass all the URL link. You can do one thing also. If you are having local store file or the any files, you can save taken simply from here, and you simply upload here. Let's say you can simply upload here, and you can directly read it from here itself, right? This is exactly what exactly we are doing. So what, once we are reading the link or the once we are reading the data file, what exactly it is reading? It is reading simply the advertising.csv file, right? Sir, every time we download the data set on Colab, will it get stored locally? No, Vaibhav. The simply what exactly it is doing that. So we are given the storage here, right? We are given almost 130 GB of the storage by Google, right? Whenever you're uploading here, it will automatically store on the Google, and you simply read it from here, right? Let me ask you one simple question. How many of you guys already know about the Kaggle? Does anybody don't know about the Kaggle? Yeah, Abhishek, no. Yeah, Gagan, no. Yes, yeah. So simply no. Yeah, guys. Yeah, thank you. I will suggest you to everyone. Please, before coming to the next tomorrow's workshop, please go to the Kaggle and see how exactly Kaggle is working. Let me open here. First, we can simply see here also, I think. Right? Yeah, this is the Kaggle, guys. This is the Kaggle. I would suggest to everyone, please go and see how exactly Kaggle is doing all this with the machine learning discussions, or the what exactly is going on the Kaggle. So if you go see here, if you are the becoming data science or the interested in the data science, so simply go. There are competitions are going with the, you can see the prize money over here, which is almost $55,000, $30. You can see how exactly what exactly they are doing here. So there are so many competitions will go on the Kaggle, and you can learn so much. There are so much notebooks, and there is so much of data, and there is so much of learning will go on the Kaggle. So I will suggest to everyone, please, once you gone from this workshop, please visit Kaggle, and I will paste this on the control L. I will paste it here for you. Please visit this Kaggle notebooks, and you will learn so much from the Kaggle notebooks, right? So let me come to the data part. So what exactly we are simply doing, we are simply taking this value, and you should take raw data. Yeah, Gagan, we will share on the group also. We will simply take all the data, and what exactly we are reading: TV, radio, newspaper, sales, right? TV, radio, newspaper. We are saying that we are investing 230 millions on TV, 37 on news, radio, and 16 on a newspaper, right? So with respect to this one, we are getting sales on this much percentage of dollars, on this much dollars, right? So whenever we are saying that we are having this information, and we are getting sales as this much, so we have to find out that which one is doing more for the sales. right guys? So what exactly you can see here also, what are the features? TV, radio, newspaper. Yeah. What is the significance of the second parameter? Second parameter means this one, radio, or this one. So yeah, Deshmukh, right? Yeah, index. So index is this one is simply what exactly it is saying, that let's say how exactly industry work. Industry will work that this is the first quarter we are invested in TV on this much and we got this much sales, and second quarter we invested this much and we got this much sales, and this much investment and this much sales. So depending on the time frame, or the depending on the different TV channels or different one, this is the value. So let's say quarter one we invested this much and we got sales for this month, and quarter two we go invested this much, and let assume that X company invested in quarter one, Y company invested in quarter two. So these are all related to one field, right? So these are all related to one field. Once we got all this information, what exactly we are defining is that this is our features: TV, radio, newspaper, sales, or the features. Features is simply what exactly the values we are giving. What are the thing we are considering. So it is saying that what features are TV, radio, newspaper, right? Newspaper is saying that advertising dollar spent on newspaper, advertising dollar spent on radio. So what is the response for us? Response is simply sales of a single product in given market in thousands of widgets. So thousands of dollars, let us assume that, right? So right, this is exactly problem statement. This is the how data will be readable. We will simply use pd.read csv and we will get all the information. And guys, this is one thing I want to highlight here. So if you read the data, right, it says that, let's say there are some 100 columns or the 100 rows, 4 columns and 100 rows. So you want to get, let's say you want to get first 10 rows. So I will type data.head and I will get first 10 rows. I will get first 10 rows. Similar way, if I want to get last 10 rows, tail dot 10, I will get last 10 rows. Same way, if I want to get all the 5 values, only last 5 values. So this is the 5 values. So I want to get some particular value, right? I want to get particular value. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we want to get particular value. So this is the one. So I simply forgot that that command. Let me simply take this dot. So this is how exactly we are gonna see all these values, right? So what is the response? We are gonna simply say that sales of the sales, how much sales is taking, right? Right here it is. Oh my God. So I want to get, see, so I want to get particular location at 10th location. What is my value? So my value for the TV is this much, radio for this much, and sales is this much. So I can simply get for the 100th value also. So if you want to see this also, you'd simply do that iloc, right?
Right, sir. Can you increase the font size?
Yeah, sure. Right? Are you
Thank
able to? Yeah. Yeah, is it clear? It is visible enough, right? So we are simply getting what is exactly the value, which location we are having the values, right? So if we go to the yeah, I mean simply the index is the index, which index of the column. The if we are simply called index column 0 is that all my features should be at the index level 0. So you can simply type with the different values once you got this notebook and try all the values, and you get to know that, right? So we will see exploratory data analysis, what exactly the EDA, what exactly we are going to do. So data.shape, so it will give me how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So we already told that pandas is simply reading from the Excel sheet. For the to understand in simple way, it is simply reading everything from the Excel format. So if I read everything, I want to know that how many rows are present with the values, how many columns are present, right? So if I do data.shape, it will give me the all the values with the how many, this is the rows, this is the columns, right? This is the rows and this is the columns. And if we do the data.info, we will get the information like, let's say 200 values are present and everything, there is no value which contains null. And the same with the radio, newspaper and the sales. And we can simply open this one also. If I open this, from here, let's open this directly so we can see. Yeah, you guys can see here, right? You can see this is the directly data where we are reading from the internet. So from my GitHub location. So we are simply taking all these values. If you compare these values here also, you will see the same thing. If I go here and see from here, where exactly we are here, if I take first head with the 5 values, if I type 5 values, we can see these are all the values, right? 230 to 39, 8. So if I go to my GitHub also, if I go to GitHub, you can see all these values, right? 230, 37, 39, 69, 22. So these are the same values we are coming from here. You can see here, right? 230, 37, 69, 22.1. Yeah. So this is our data. So if you want to get all the information, you just do the data.info, which is data frame. This is the data frame, and we can say that TV, radio, newspaper with all the null value. Nothing is null, right? Once we get this information, we will simply do data.script drive. So please guys, focus more on this thing, which is much useful thing. We will talk more on the 25, 50, 75 when we come to the know about the, when we go into the deeper, but let's understand simple things from here. So what exactly you can say from this data.script? Can someone say what exactly they are finding from here? What exactly they got to know from here? Can anyone, if any value is null, how to rectify? Yeah, Pavan, if any value is null, what exactly we will do is that we will take the mean, or we will take what exact, matlab, if we take the mean, we can consider that this is somewhere between the value, right? Normally, if let assume that 10 persons are present in the room. Let's say that average person age is 5 feet, 5.5 feet. So if you want to know the some person's value, we guess that this could be the range between he can be there, right? We will simply say that 5.5. Yeah, that is the mean. Can somebody say something about once we got data that describe what exactly this data is telling to us? Now
This
they
data
were,
is telling us the details and some things about a particular column or feature. For example, it is saying the count of the TV and the
yeah,
mean of the values in the TV column.
yeah, 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 yeah. What is your name? I'm also, thank you. But that is the one good thing, which is saying that mean. But can we derive something on this? TV mean is much maximum compared to radio and the newspaper, right? And radio and the newspaper is almost similar or the almost nearer to one another, right? Radio and the newspaper. Can someone say what exactly this value could be? Max of 296 400 on the chat, and what is this value? And can someone say that how exactly these values are coming? Right? So guys, we can say here, right? We can say from here that, right, that minimum value for the TV is 0.7 and the maximum value is 296, but we are under the range of 147, right? Minimum is 0.7 and the maximum is 296, but our mean coming under the 147. And same way with the radio, which is 0 and 49, sorry, which mean is 23. And can you see difference here, right? We said that mean is 30 for the newspaper, which is almost similar to radio. uh, mean is 23 for radio and 30 for the newspaper. If you see here, the max value is 144. Yeah, Hema, that's really good thing. That's really good thing. Hema said that data set contains outliners, so we know something from this data, right? If we find out some that there are some outliners, we can ignore that, right, Hema? If you are saying there are some outliners present on the newspaper, because of that our mean is more, right? When we are saying mean is more, we can say that we can say that mean is 30 here, right? Because of this value will be affected. Do you guys with me, right? Everybody is with me, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what exactly we are saying is that because of these values, if we say that there are two values are present with the 144 and the 113, because of that the mean value could be much higher compared to the radio, right? If you see the newspaper, maximum value is 49 and mean is 23. So this part is very crucial for us whenever we are doing the product recommendation or anything in the future. The what exactly we are going to read from the describe or the whatever we are going to see from the analysis, this part is the more crucial thing to see good recommendation or the just recommendations. We can simply do the recommendations, but we want to be the best one, be the recommendation one, right? So this is exactly where we are going to see that whenever you are studying something from the data, you can say that this could be the difference here. There are some outliners present here, so that this mean is much higher compared to the radio, right? So same way we can say that with the TV, minimum is very less. Because of that, there could be mean will be somewhat coming to less. So if we remove end side of the newspaper, like these outliners and these outliners, so we can perform much better compared to values which are present, right? So this is how exactly we are going to do the EDA part. So if we gonna let me simply first say this is data.describe and data.info, and you are gonna, what exactly you are gonna do for tomorrow, you are gonna take simple uh, you're gonna take simple data frame from GitHub, and you are gonna run it here, and you are gonna see how exactly the data is talking, or the data is telling to us, what exactly data is telling to us, right? So we are gonna something from the data which is from here, which is from the visualization perspective. Till now what exactly we have seen is that we simply understand the something from the describe and everything, and but we want to be clearer that whenever we are visualizing something, we get to know that most of the information, right? So let me tell you what exactly code is doing. So what exactly code is saying that do two subplots with the size of 4, means 4 figure size will be 7 cross 7, and whenever we are doing subplots, so one is for the sale, one is for the TV, another is for the radio, and another is for the newspaper, and I want to give one is every color for that. So B is for the blue, green, red, and magenta, right? And I want to plot my plots at this location 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0, and 1 comma 1. Right, guys? Do you all guys understand this code, right? Simply, this is, we are saying this is SNS Seaborn disk plot. So if we don't understand what exactly the disk plot, we will go here and we will simply write Seaborn disk, because I also sometimes don't know anything much about the SNS or the visualization part. So what exactly I will do, that I will simply go here and it will tell me, if I use this plot, which kind of a visualization I will get. So you can see here, right? You can see here this kind of a disk plot we are gonna get. So for that, what exactly we are doing, simply we are using sns.the_disk_plot. So in the place of x, what we are passing is the one feature, which is data.sales, right? Which is data.sales. So for that SNS, we will simply passing data.sales and data.tv, and for which location, 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0. For you can use 3 comma 3 also, and you have to pass 3 values here, which will show all the 3 figures for you, right, guys? So let's understand from here. So once you plot all the values, we will understand from here what exactly sales talking to us, right? Sorry, what exactly sales is talking to us. Can someone say that, can we say this is the normal distribution, sales is a normal distribution, right, guys? Can we say that sales is a normal distribution? You can replay over chart itself. Can we say that sales is a normal distribution? Right. And TV is almost normal distribution, but it right side skewed, right? Same way with the radio and the newspaper, right? Same way with the radio and the newspaper. And we can see here that sales, we can see here, TV is having peak after here, almost here, at right side of the graph, right? Same way with the radio having peak almost here, which is simply saying is that radio having this value at this location, which is simply having maximum peak at this value. And we will gonna come exactly with respect to sales, how exactly radio is performing, and you're gonna visualize this thing in a simple format, right? So we are gonna simply saying that sales is almost normal distribution compared to sales. TV is almost normal distribution, but almost right side queue, right? Radio is almost kind of a normal distribution. Newspaper is also kind of a normal distribution. Right, guys? From any observation, if you are making, you can write on the chart. We can take that point and discuss more here. What exactly this part is contributing to us. And when you feel that once you going through this notebook at home or the tomorrow's morning or the tomorrow's daytime, find that some useful things and come over with the questions, and we will discuss more of that visualization or the thing on this, how exactly graph is talking about. And we will talk about the observation here now. So how do I identify observation using this graph? Yeah. So how do we identify observation doing this graph? So simply say that we can say that at this particular location, this is the peak value. So wherever the peak is, that is our outlier, right? And where is the, whatever the minimum is, that is the outlier for us. So box is best for outliers. Yeah, Hema, that could be, but we will see that box plot also. Amit, what exactly the graph is telling us? It is saying that the sales seems to be the normal distribution. Spending newspaper advice seems to be right skewed. Most spends on the newspaper is fairly low, where spends on the radio seems to be uniform distribution. Center spends on TV are comparatively higher than spends on radio and newspaper. So how exactly we conclude this part, we will see on the scatter plot also. Once you know the scatter plot or the anything, because what I exactly said that if you are not understanding anything, my point of view is that if you are not getting anything from here, that's okay. But when you are going to see the scatter plots, you get to know that how exactly this is performing, or the scatter plots or the joint plot, right? So if you simply see here, we will draw another joint plot with the regression line, which says that is there we have 3 points, right? One is spends on TV or comparatively higher than spends on radio and newspaper. This itself we got from the description. We saw in the description that mean value of the TV is much higher compared to the radio and the newspaper. Yeah, Abhishek, achieve to uniform distribution, removing the outliners, but sometimes outliners are also very useful for reading the model or the doing some information, because we don't know the uncertainty of the when exactly the outliners is coming to the pictures. If you are going to predict something, there could be outliners or there could be something. So outliners are always the useful things. So whenever we are doing the model, it's always better first to do the model using the outliners. If you are not achieving some performance or the accuracy, it's try with the without outliner.
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay, 1 minute. Is it now clear?
Clear now, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So what exactly we are saying is that on the joint plot, joint is means we want to compare one feature with the another feature, right? So if we are having the newspaper and the sales, radio and the newspaper, TV and the sales, we get to know that all the information about one with the other, right? If we get to know one with the other, we will have the understanding of how exactly sales doing with respect to newspaper, radio and the TV. We made one point here, right? Spends on TV are comparatively higher than spends on the radio and newspaper. Till now, we have only one strong point, which is mean value. We are saying that mean having much higher compared to radio and the TV with respect to compared to radio and newspaper with respect to TV, right? We already saw that. We already saw here that mean of this TV is much higher compared to radio and the newspaper, right? Compared to radio and the newspaper. So we are just made a one point, but we didn't observe anything on the graph or anything on the visualization side. So that's what exactly we are going to learn from this joint plot. So what exactly joint plot is telling us that just make a relation between two features, the newspaper and the sales, and the radio and the sales, TV and the newspapers, so that you will get to know the understanding of how exactly it is going to work, right? So we will see that we will simply use SNS joint plot if you are finding any difficulties. So how exactly SNS plot look like? So we will simply search here. So it will show us that it will show us that how exactly the data will look like. So with respect to the length and the depth, it will show the relation with respect to, irrespective of anything, it will show the difference between these two. And you can make, let's say, this is the good thing, you can see that you can make the difference between how exactly these three values are looking on the with respect to one another, right? So with respect to, you can visualize here. So we are going to do the same thing here. What exactly we are doing is that we are simply taking newspaper and the sales. Sorry, I just minimize my thing to at least to show this one. Once I will do that, I will do that. So what exactly we are saying that I will make one joint plot with respect to newspaper sales and with respect to radio and sales and with respect to TV and the sales. TV and the sales, right? So let us understand, analyze everybody, right? We will analyze together how exactly it will talking. So I'm just checking for any question. So if you can see here, what exactly we told that sales is almost normal distribution, right? And the newspaper is almost normal distribution, but is left side skewed, right? And we can visualize here, whenever we are spending less amount of money here, we are getting higher number of sales, right? This is number of money spent on newspaper, this value. This is 0. Some point of a time we spent, when we are spending 0, we got almost 0. When we are spending not 0, 1, let's say 1, right? When we are 1, it giving almost 15, 20, 25, which is almost higher sales, right? You guys can see here, right? Whenever we are spending something on newspaper, the sales are higher. It's between the range. It's sometimes higher, sometimes lower, sometimes between the average. Right, guys? If you can see here, what exactly we are saying is that newspaper is varying within itself. When we are spending less amount of money, we are getting some profits, sales. When we are spending same amount of money at some point of a time, we got number of sales which higher. When we are spending something here, we are getting some sales, right? But which is higher, which is almost varying here. But we can't conclude anything depending on this, because which is a variance for us. Guys, do you are following me right here? If you have any doubts, please let me know. So
Sir,
that
explain it once again, sir. I didn't get it.
Yeah, sure. What exactly we are saying is that this is two graphs, right? One is with respect to newspaper another is with respect to sales. This is number of money spent on newspaper, and this value, simply take one thing. This is with respect to newspaper spent, and this is number of sales we got. Whenever we are spending this amount of money on newspaper, we are getting this amount of sales, right? With the same amount of money I am spending here, but I am getting much higher sales, right? Same with the whenever I am spending, with saying there is much higher profit with the sales on the newspaper side. With the same amount of money, sometimes I am getting lower sales, sometimes I am getting average sales, sometimes I am getting much higher sales. But it is something like unpredictability, right? If I know something, whenever I am putting newspaper, it is almost unpredictable. Sometimes it's giving much lower sales, sometimes it's giving average sales, sometimes it's giving much higher sales. That we call as the variance, right? It is varying too much over here itself. But if we look at the same thing with the TV, let go over TV. Let go over TV. Yeah, this is TV. So when I am putting very less amount of money, I am not getting much sales, right guys? Whenever I am putting less money, I am not getting much sales. But whenever I am putting much amount of money, I am getting much higher sales, right? It is saying that it is kind of a like, if you are put this much low money, you will get low sales. If you are putting average money, you are gonna get average sales. If you are gonna put more money, you are gonna get more sales. This is saying something. This is, we can understand. We can put some money. If I put, let's say 10 rupees, I am gonna get 15 rupees. If I put 30 rupees, I am gonna get 50 rupees. If I am gonna put 60 rupees, I am gonna get 90 rupees. Right? This following that structure, right? Above the graph, we can visualize here that if I am putting low money here, I am getting low sales. Just compare with the perpendicular here, from here to here, you will get to know that with respect to here, you will putting here and this value you are getting. And same way with this value you are putting here, this much of sales you are getting. And this amount of money you are putting, this amount of sales you are getting. But here on the over with the newspaper, which is almost distributed is differently. You can see here that you can simply saying that if I put low amount of money, I don't know that I get much low sales, more sales, average sales. Right guys? Any doubts?
Yes.
Yeah, any doubts please? We can say that TV is almost correlated with the sales. TV is almost correlated with the sales. Correlated in the sense, simply whenever we are saying that low number of correlation is, if I'm gonna get decrease, that sales gonna be decreased. If I put less amount of money on TV, sales will be decreased. If I put more amount of money, I'm gonna get my sales higher. This is the correlation. So you got something from here that we can say that TV feature is the almost useful feature which you can. Could you please show the show again? Yeah. So Akash Sharma, I shared this this one also with every one of you. But I'm showing here. You can open this also. So what exactly we are saying is that make a simple joint plot between the newspaper and the sales, right? We already know the data, and I am taking simply one feature, newspaper and the sales, and draw a graph between joint plot and between the newspaper and the sales. Same with the radio and the sales, TV with the sales. So what exactly we are saying, TV and the sales are almost correlated, but the newspaper and the sales is not correlated, because we don't know that how much value we are going to get when we are invest something on the newspaper. Guys, I spending much amount of time here because you guys should understand this is very important, so that you yourself imagine all these values. So this is very important thing to visualization and the doing the EDA part or the pre-processing. Put much amount of time here so that whenever you're facing, this is the almost same approach. All approaches we are going to follow for the every problem. Simply do the pre-processing and understand something from the data and do the modeling, right? So this is how exactly it is saying. With respect to radio also, we can say that we can say that whenever I am putting so less amount of money, I am getting less sales. Whenever I am putting more amount of money, I am getting more sales. But there are some outliers which is saying that when I am, just look at this value, which is saying that whenever I am putting more amount of money, also spends more amount of money on radio, also I am getting very less sales. We can say that this is outlier, right? Somebody asked me that how we can visualize this thing on the graph. So here simply we can see from here that this is an outlier which is almost very far from all these values. And with respect to this, we can see here also 1, 2, 3 values. We can say that these values are outlier, this values are outlier, because compared to this data, it is almost very far from compared to this data, right? So let me go simple observation. So we almost know that TV is highly correlated with the sales, right guys? If you find any observation, please let me know, and we will discuss more on the this topic, right? So sales and the spends on the newspaper is not highly correlated, where the sales spends on TV is highly correlated, right? We can simply visualize this from the graph itself. If you, it is hard to do on a first go, but if you draw something on the day by day, you will automatically get to know all these values from the graph itself. So why is this important? We can visualize something from this and we can make a conclusion out of this, because sales and the TV are almost correlated. When we are comparing these two values, we got something, and the newspaper is not correlated. Yeah. So these are the observation we find out that, and once we do that one, we can do another modeling also, but this we will do more on the more about this pairwise correlation. What exactly it will say that it will comparing pairwise. We simply compare with respect to TV, radio sales with respect to newspaper. But when we are going to compare with all the values, let's say I want to compare TV with the newspaper or the TV with the radio. So how exactly it's going to look like, right? So that is the one thing we are going to look, but not now because it's too much over the one go. So pairwise visualizing, but we are going to talk one thing sure here, which is correlation, factor, which simply says that whenever we are going to see, this is the observation till now we got. We says that we saw that strong relation between TV and sales, weak relation between radio and sales, and very weak relation between newspaper ads and the sales, right? Because whenever we saw the newspaper, we got so much of variance. Variance itself, when I putting low amount of money, also I'm getting much higher profits, or sometimes lower profits, sometimes average profits, right? So that's where we made this conclusion, these three conclusions. So another thing I want to do on the analysis part is that yeah. Another thing is that we can simply find the correlation, what exactly we find out on the observation or the whatever we find out on the graph. We can simply do one thing. We can simply do dot correlation. It will give us all the information for us. What is the relation? What is the correlation between these two? So, but the correlation, we can simply say that TV and the sales or correlation is much higher, because we already know that whenever we saw that, it's always correlation factor is there compared to newspaper and the radio, right? And same way we can say that sales and sales is almost one, because it's always correlated. But we can say that with respect to newspaper, sales are very much low. Yeah, this is not almost correlated. So same thing we can find out from the multiple different things, right? So we simply saying that what are the correlation factor and what are the not correlated factor, and we are going to simply build the model. Yeah, we are going to simply build the model with respect to, there is three kind of algorithms we are going to talk about when we come into the picture of product recommendation or anything. The three find out algorithms are, one is regression algorithms, another is classification algorithms, another is the unstructured k nearest neighbors unsupervised learning algorithms. So why this is important? Whenever we are going to the deep neural network or the neural network or the deep learning part, these are all are the basic algorithms. You are going to visit multiple times these factors, or you are going to see in the multiple way, right? But for today, or we are gonna from tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, we are gonna start with the introduction to linear regression, where exactly we will study of all different algorithms, right, guys? So if you have any doubts or anything do you want to discuss or anything you want to ask, please ask the question under the chat window, or I will hand over the session to Kunal so that he can resolve all your queries. If you want to ask something over the notebook we went to, or the, yeah, what if somebody edits the notebook? For the Raj, I will say that whenever you will download, take a download version. So you will simply go here. I will, or else I will post this on my GitHub itself. So we will simply download this Python, download Python. I thought you guys will help this one, so I posted to everyone. So you will simply download this one and keep it yourself and simply upload it to your Google Colab, right? Please summarize the work that to be done for tomorrow. Yeah, Akash. There are three things. First, you have to do one thing. I told you that what are the describe function will do when you take the data. So first go to this Google GitHub, and you will find all the data, whatever the data you can see here, and take this, go here. If I go, simply go here and I click on raw data, and once I click on raw data, I will copy this link. I will copy this link and I will put it on my regression or my notebook, and I will go almost pd.read CSV, and I will go here. And you simply copy paste here, and you will get all the data information. And tomorrow you have to see what is the relation using this data.info and data.describe function, right? So you will simply that copy link and you will find out the what are the described will information, and you will say what are the values we can read from here, and you can use join plot or the disk plot. Yeah, Kunal, there are so many questions for you. I think it's better you take the control and query all the questions.
Hi, friends. Kunal this side. So, Naveen, are you done with the technical queries? Is there any technical queries are pending, or all the technical queries has been resolved?
Yeah, whatever the question posted, I answered everything. If anybody wants, I can clear on that part also. But there are
Friends,
mostly.
yeah. So, is there any technical query left, friends, so that Naveen is available with us, so you can have a one-to-one discussion right now? Else, I'll take care. Then I'll be shifting myself to the rest of the queries, which I need to resolve.
Yeah, Mukul, can
So,
I will
Mukul,
tell. Yeah.
yeah, Naveen, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mukul, we will first thing we will start with the Kaggle fort from tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Friends, my humble request that our team has shared the feedback link with you guys. We want everyone to participate and feedback right now for a couple of minutes. So I'll not disturb you. You guys, we need a couple of minutes from you guys. Just go and fill up the feedback form, because we have not received the numbers that we are able to see over here. We want everyone to take time and fill out the feedback form. I think I've already shared the link. Still, you want to share the link? Okay. Is it the link? Sharing once again. Please go through the link. Please spare a couple of minutes and fill up all the form for the feedback for us. Will we get video of the session after it gets over? Rahul, as of now, as a part of our company protocols, we actually do not share the recorded videos. But there might be some network challenges are going on with most of the audience, and we are receiving the queries and feedbacks that a lot of people have not been able to get enter into the session. So might be I'll have to what you can do one thing. We'll be sharing the today's session, probably by today's session recording, it at our social channels, or probably will mail you the links over the WhatsApp group, key platform, which we have asked you to guys to register. So these three platforms will be sharing the links. Our social media channels like Facebook. Any assignments today? Naveen, I think is the right person. Naveen, is there any assignments for today so that they can bring back by tomorrow?
Yeah, Sakti. I told you that there are three things you have to do. First, you have to go to data folder where I've shown you. So you will simply go to. Is my screen visible? No, right? So this is the three things first we have to do. You have to go to. Sorry. You have to go to GitHub link. You have to go to this GitHub link and you will find all the data values here. See guys, you have to go here and you can see these files, right? Once you take these 5 files and take a raw of this file and copy this URL and paste it here, paste it almost under this section, and you have to study what exactly the data is telling for each data set, right? And I will give the description over this on the WhatsApp chat also to all of you. And there is one thing I think what exactly Amit asked that where we can find the basic machine learning things. Please, guys, let simply go here so that you can find uh, all the what exactly the data processing, logic regression, all the simple example, and you can simply, if you go here, you can find all the notebook itself here for everything, for the data processing, for the every algorithm, and just try yourself. And if you have any queries with respect to basics or anything, please bring back tomorrow with all your questions. First thing in the session we will clear all your doubts, and let's proceed with the workshop. Kunal, there is one question for you, I think. Please share the social media link.
Okay, give me a moment. Okay, there are certain links that I'll be sharing with you guys. I think WhatsApp link we have circulated. KP link is also circulated, right, Naveen?
Yeah, Kunal, yeah.
So over WhatsApp group is also I'll be sharing you the links over the KP platform, which I have asked all you guys to register. I will be after the session will be sharing the links, and okay, LinkedIn links is also I'll be sharing with you, friend. Give me a moment. I'll be sharing your LinkedIn link as well. So over Facebook platform, you just have to search Management Career Institute and you will get it there. You will just get it there. You don't have to be explore much about it. You will just get over there. You will get the link directly. So let me go through this link.
And someone asking about the WhatsApp group link also. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you for a great session. Thank you.
Wait a minute. I'll be sharing a link with you. It would be easy for you to go through it. Friends, am I audible to you?
Yeah, Kunal, yeah.
Naveen, can you ask these guys, because I've been not seeing the numbers over the feedback form. I've asked these guys to fill up the feedback form. While I'll be sharing the social media links as well. I would again request, please take out couple of minutes, fill up the feedback form so that it would help us to improve the content for you guys only in the coming session. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'll be sharing the links with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello everyone. Thank you. But if you want to get, if I get the much feedback on what exactly the session is going, how exactly you're learning, the feedback is the only way where we can, where you can reach and to tell us how exactly session will going to be organized. So please go to the feedback form and fill that feedback form, right? That will be, that is the one thing where we can learn all our mistakes and improve on the next session. So that is the very important thing for us. Please go through that.
Yeah, for regarding participation certificate, friends, as of now, protocols, the participate certificate can be issued with our global certification partner, but as of now, we have made it a paid one. So recordings and the certification is paid as of now, so that it would keep the seriousness of the group, and the serious people will participate into our session so that we can help them to improve onto their careers. Probably you guys can draft a mail to us in case of your genuine or any problems which really you guys are going through it. So our in discussion with our partners, we can take a call that we have to issue a particular certificate to you guys or not, if your problem is really serious and genuine. So what the price, Gagan, the price for the certification is $450, 450 rupees for the participation certificate. And in yes, the some people have asked us that will the workshop is free or paid. Yes, the workshop is free. So we have split up the workshop in couple of modules. First module is the core fundamental modules, which we gonna run till I think Saturday Sunday. Naveen, is it so? Na till Saturday Sunday we'll be running it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kunal, Saturday.
Yeah. So first, in first modules, we'll be covering all the fundamentals, which is totally free. In case you guys want to continue with our advanced content, you want to get deep dive into the implementation part. You want to learn how actually you implement of your own recommendation engine and deep dive into the content. Then the other module would be the paid one. The pricing of that particular module will be revealing in couple of days. In the coming couple of days, we are working onto the pricing structure for you guys, so that it would not be a very much burden for you guys. It would be just a pocket friendly cost. But yes, we'll be revealing in next couple of days. So participation certificates can also be issued, and the whole workshop bootcamp program certification that you have gone through the whole program and you have implemented, so that can also be issued. Tomorrow session is free. Yes, I think we have told you that till Saturday and Sunday the sessions are free. The first module is purely free for you guys, so that it would actually create an value to you in your career. And then probably you can take a call, sir, if we buy that course, certification is provided. Yes, with the course, if you'll be paying for the course, the certification is by default with I mean, it's a part of add-on value to that. So what I'll also tell you the certain value additions that we will bring into your plate, that if you'll opt for the paid course, you will get an access to the exclusively management career institute and KP platform, which is peer to peer, where the professionals across the globe are participating into the platform and will be helping you onto the mentoring and to the updations onto the content. And there are so many content and the other programs will be available in the coming time. Other is you'll get these certifications which is globally recognized. Third one is we keep inform you with the internship or the placement opportunities as well, timingly over the platform itself. And we'll also help you to go mentoring you onto the industry perspective about your career and building your career skill set, how you want to crack the interviews and everything. So that would be just an add-on for the paid certification. Is free course. For the free course you have to pay $450 price, and you'll get the participation certificate. At the end of this module 1, are we making the end project? No, I told you that we have split up the course into couple of modules. The one is the fundamentals, so all the implementation will be take place at the advanced level. I think Naveen, is it so total right?
Yeah, Kunal, yeah. The whatever the we are teaching on this is the kind of a machine learning perspective and the learning perspective. So if you want to be on the perspective of what exactly real application is going on, where exactly the focus and the what exactly we in the deep learning or the neural network side, that will be the paid.
Audible to everyone?
Yes, audible.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are able to hear me?
Yeah,
What I-
Kunal,
what I said.
we are able to hear, but your voice is breaking.
Hear me?
We are able to hear, but your voice is breaking.
No problem. I'll convey again. Is there anyone? I think who? What is the duration of the whole course? Naveen, I think we have split up into 20 to 25 hours. In between.
Yeah, 20 to 25 hours. Yeah. Yeah, Vaibhav, the question for
20 to
you is that the
25 hours.
yeah, Vaibhav, for your question, that whole duration is almost 24 hours, but the first 8 hours of the modules which will be free for you, and the next thing will be will Kunal let you know that.
Yeah. So the first task would so you can calculate accordingly, like the whole content 25 hours you guys would be consumed with the Gagan, am I audible now? Sorry about it because the weather is not good over here at my location, so probably you might feel the disturbances in between of this session. So probably there's nothing in my control, so weather is actually not good over here. I'm still not audible. Still not audible to everyone. I'm trying my best.
It's clear. It's clear now. It's clear.
Yeah, please. Please.
Yeah, guys, I think there is so much noise from the Kunal side. And we are having 3 channels for you. One is web, I think WhatsApp and everything. And you can directly ask questions there with the Kunal.
The social media channels. So yeah, hello. Yeah, Naveen, you were saying something?
Yeah, I'm saying
Hello?
that your voice is breaking. I told them that there is 3 channels for you and you can connect with Kunal anytime.
Yeah, over WhatsApp group. Do one thing. Let me share one thing. I'll share you our reach out number so that those who have any problem actually they can come and you guys can WhatsApp over this particular number with all your queries, and we would love to give you uh, and the quiz will try to resolve. So in case due to bad weather conditions you somehow if I got missed, so you guys can connect us, and probably like we'll be meeting by tomorrow again, so we'll have rest of the queries will be taken care by tomorrow as well. So we can we expect you guys all to come by tomorrow? Do you guys coming tomorrow for the session? Yeah, I hope that people you have enjoyed the today's session because Naveen has put up a lot of efforts, and I just would expect that guys be sincere and please be on time, because if you guys are not on time then it would stretch out the session to more half an hour, and that would create a problem to the instructors and to the other peoples, because I've seen a lot of people have joined in middle of the sessions, like after 1 hour. I think we have told you that 6 to 8 evening 6 to 8 is the fixed time. You don't have to ask again and again. It is fixed time with the same details of the joining. 6 to 8 the same time every day. Is there anything pending at my end? Friends, I would love to sort it out. Naveen, in case you want, you are in hurry or you want to move on with some other tasks, you can definitely leave the session. I would, meanwhile, I'll try to entertain these guys. In case they would have any kind of inquiry. So we have taken much of your time, and I would definitely thank you for putting in extra efforts, helping the community to move on with the new concepts.
Thank you. Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow in the evening. Thank you.
Naveen, the assignment and the other content, please try to put up the KP platform and this WhatsApp group we have made it now, so that it would be easy for people to get access.
Sure, sure. I will put up on the WhatsApp itself. Yeah. Yeah,
And
Kunal.
just register for the KP platform as well. Did you get the link for the KP platform, or
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
send it to you over a mail?
Yeah, I got it, but can you send on the mail so that it will be easy for me to?
Yeah, yeah. What is KP platform? So I have shared a link our community link.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the tomorrow evening. Okay.
Platform where we all guys can come and interact, and we'll be sharing you all this stuff regarding the assignments or to the curriculum or to whatever with the queries you have it, you can share it with over there. Thank you, Naveen. Is there anything? I'm just asking one more time from the group that friends, do you guys have anything? Any queries are pending, so I can resolve as of now, or shall we move on and we'll join again tomorrow? Yeah, anything pending? Hmm. एक minute. Hmm. Hmm. Friends, you'll get all the details. I mean, we'll try to upload all the recordings onto the social channels KP platform, and yes, we'll try to share at the WhatsApp group as well. And this is the probably website link as well. You can go through it, and you'll also found the social media links at the top of the page. So you can follow us for the rest of the updates that we're gonna upload in some time. So is there anything pending? I'll again one more time. Is there anything pending onto any certification or any recording, any kind of clarity? So else we'll be wrapping up the session. Okay, I think I've got the feedback. Thank you so much, and I hope that we all can connect by tomorrow again, evening 6 to 8. So can I expect you all guys be there at the time? Thank you so much for joining us. So let's wrap up the session. Have a very nice coming day with you all guys, and we'll meet again by tomorrow. Thank you so much for connecting, taking out time, and would love to create as much as value for you. So let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.